Caleb, I just can't stick with my routine of trying to exercise. I, I try to go and I just end up not going. Oh, there's not enough time in the day for me to exercise. It's just so hard. I if I go, I go for maybe 2 days out of the week, and then I don't go anymore. Um, a lot of I hear this a lot of times from people about when they're trying to exercise, and they end up not they can't stick with their routine, or they have trouble just even getting out. It's a big problem for people that are interested in exercising and trying to create a healthy habit of exercising. So what I'm gonna do is introduce 3 points and go over them on ways that you can potentially break that habit of flaking on an exercise plan. First is going to be pick a day. The next part is going to be pick a time. And then the third part is going to be what I call the exercise process. And I'll go into more detail on what that is, but that's basically just going to be tips that you can do while you're exercising to help push you through. A lot of these processes kind of just have a simple mindset of I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do this. You say like 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna do it. Um, well, in a sense, they have that. Not necessarily the counting, but it kind of gives you that mentality of just do it, as the Nike logo is. It makes a lot of sense simply to me. Um, so all these tips did come from a friend of mine who's been going to the gym a lot. His name's Sam. I went ahead and just went with his tips, and they seem to work for me. Um, the last one is just more so also what I have kind of added on. But moving on now to the first point of picking a day. Again, I know people can have busy schedules; they may not have much time, but you just you set up a day and you can just go for 30, 45 minutes. So I feel like a lot of people are able to free up that much time. If you're not, then try and pick a day where you know you will be free. Say, oh, I know I'll have this much time, so I'm gonna pick this day. Um, and then when that day comes or whatever, if it's tomorrow, you know you're gonna go that day. Very simple, simple and easy. The time. Um, for the time, you simply pick the time. Now, what I would do is say I did pick a time and I did not end up going. I pick another time right after that. Still going to be in that same day, so that first process is still involved. Say I ended up having to work late, or if something came up, a child or something, you can then just say, okay, well I can do it later. I'll just take care of what I got to do, and then you end up just going when it hits that time. And if it's not like an emergency or something that absolutely doesn't have to be done, you've set the time. You just go and do it. You say when it comes, I'm just gonna when it hits 8, if it's gonna be at 8, say 1, 2, 3, and you just happen to go anyways. Uh, Now the third, the workout process. Um, this one's. I always say that the harder part is when you get to the gym, or wherever you're going to do your exercise. It's running outside or anything. But so the hardest part I would say is when you actually just getting there. And once you're there, a lot of times you get a mindset of, well, I'm here. I'm just going to now go ahead and do it. Now, a lot of times, like if you're doing, what I'll do is sets on weights. You set. We'll do some examples here. If you're gonna do squats, you of course want to have the right form, which you would it's something you definitely want to be shown. So you could YouTube a video on that. But essentially, what I can tell you without going on full display here, without all the racks and weights and all that, you try to keep your knees from going. You try to keep them from going in front of your toes when you crouch down with the weight on your back. of course, and you want to try and align your bottom to like as if you're actually sitting down. It's very hard at first because it's just a really awkward um, position to be sitting down. Like a lot of people will just do. I will just do very little weights on it, but because I just started doing it not long ago. But it's what you got to do to get used to that awkward kind of just floating in the air, sitting down. Um, but you would aim, say you're gonna do squats, go for like eight reps. So you do 8 of those. Um, and when you're in the middle of them, sometimes you'll just have to um, maybe blow out a little bit of air when you're. Um, a lot of people do it. It's really not a big deal. It's nothing. It's not silly to do or anything. But it can kind of help you push through if you're just when it comes to that um, last rep. Maybe just pushing through a little bit can help. And then you might do. I would aim for 3 sets of that or 4 sets. And trying to aim for being. You can kind of listen to your body the rest of the days. I would say you want to be sore for maybe 2 days, and no more than 2 days, because then you've overdone it, and then you can start gauging over time. That and music definitely helps. They recommend something that has a fast beat to it when you exercise. I know that definitely helps me. There's a fast rhythm and fast beat to it, and there's a lot of music out there. You can even just use Google music for exercise, and that can definitely help you. And a lot of that mindset comes when you're in the gym and you've set, okay, I want to do squats, or you want to do bench press, or calf raises where you have a weight up here and you push up on your toes, lift up, or yeah, push on your toes. You just really got to come into that mindset where I'm gonna push through it, and it is something that perhaps is worked on, but you really just got to tell yourself 1, 2, 3, and you start doing them, and you don't stop till you're done with those reps. And that would be some points that really have stuck with me. They're simple, really not hard, but my friend did tell me about them, and they've worked for me. Of course, it's not always as easier said than done with almost anything, but those are my tips, and that concludes the video. Thank you.